Hello and welcome to BetHelper's betting preview for the England versus Algeria game. The game is scheduled for Friday the 18th of June, today at 7:30 p.m. The venue is Cape Town, the Greenpoint Stadium, as you can see in the video there. It's very impressive. The altitude is 0, so that's sea level, so there shouldn't be any issues with the ball, according to Adidas anyway, who claim the problems only arise at altitude. So having a look at the Asian markets, the Asian handicap is minus 1.5, so that's England minus 1.5 obviously. The odds have stayed stable throughout the week. They kind of drifted a little bit for a while, but now the money's back on England at minus 1.5 in Asia. On the flip side then, Algeria have been drifting all week, and they're now twos, so not much support there for Algeria despite the 1.5 goal advantage. The unders and overs, the unders actually dropped from 2, or the handicap dropped from 2.5 down to 2.25. So it's now changed back to the 2.5 handicap, so that would suggest that in the Asian markets they're expecting 2 goals but not more than 2 goals, so that's handy for us when we're analysing the over 2.5 goal market. Looking at the betting exchanges, the betting exchanges have England at 1.27, so they're heavy favourites there. They have Algeria at 16.5, which is drifted. There were 16s earlier on in the week, and by the way, England were pretty much stable all week. They haven't changed much. The draws stayed stable as well. It's 6.2. Did drop down to 6s during the week, but not for very long. On the overs, the over 2.5 market, they've shortened. They were 2.1. They went as far as 2.16, and now they're down to 2.16. So they're shortening significantly there in the last 24 hours. In terms of the percentages matched at the betting exchanges, there was 1.2 million matched yesterday. There's now 2.6 million, and that will obviously increase up until game time and even during game time. And of that 2.6 million, 96% of it has gone on England, so no points for guessing there who the market thinks that are going to win the match. The Algeria percentage is only 1.5%, and it was 2% earlier on the week, so there's even fewer people think that Algeria are going to get something from the game. And likewise with the draw percentage in terms of bets matched, it was 3%, now it's only down to 2.5%, so following a bit of support there for the draw on the markets. The unders and overs was made up of 56% of people who thought it was going to be overs. It's now down to only 40% of the money that's being matched is on the overs. At the bookmakers, England are very stable. They've been 1.25 all week. There's not been a budge from them, so obviously the bookmakers still think that England are going to win. Algeria's drifted. There were 12s and now 13s, so again the bookmakers aren't expecting an Algeria victory. The draw, it's also stayed stable throughout the week. It's at 6s and hasn't budged from there at all. On the over 2.5 market, they've actually shortened there. There were 2s, now it's at 1.95, so a bit of support there for an England goal fest. That would obviously be the thought behind it. If you look at the form, England's form is actually pretty good. They have 4 wins, 1 draw, and 1 defeat in the last 6 games, so they're coming in very good form at the moment. That draw in their last 6 games came against the United States in their last game. It was 1-1, and major blunder by Rob Keane goal, so it'd be interesting to see if he actually keeps his place or if he gets the bench. Algeria have terrible form. They only have 1 win in the last 6 games. One of those defeats came at the weekend where they lost 1-0 to Slovenia thanks to a Corin goal late on there in that game. They also had a man sent off, and they do kind of have a record of receiving red cards. This would be the first game between England and Algeria. The two have never met before, and obviously not at a World Cup either. England have met numerous African sides over the years. They've never lost any one of these in 15 games, with 11 wins and 4 draws against African sides. Those that came in the World Cup, there's been 5 of them, and in 4 of those, England have kept a clean sheet. So you'd look to see that continue, especially with Algeria struggling for goals and any real quality up front. Then when you look at Algeria's clean sheet record, they haven't kept anyone in 7 at the World Cup. So again, you'd expect that to continue and make it 8 games at the World Cup where they failed to keep a clean sheet, with England getting at least 1 goal. You'd expect anyway. The last 5 goals for England have all been from midfielders. 3 of those have come from Steven Gerrard. So again, there's a bit of a streak going there. Will Rooney break it, or will Gerrard or Lampard actually continue that streak? If you look at the rankings have England in 8th. According to FIFA, while they're 4th on the ELO rankings. So that would suggest that they're a very good team in very good form. So there's no need to doubt them on this one anyway. Then when we look at Algeria, they're 30th according to FIFA. A big part of that would probably be actually qualifying for the World Cup, where they would have picked up a lot of points and bumped them up the table on the FIFA rankings. If you look then at the ELO rankings, they're languishing in 76, so that would imply that they're in terrible form, and obviously ties in with their 1 win and 6. The referee for this one is Ravshan Ermatov. He's from Uzbekistan. He was actually the ref who was in charge of the opening game between South Africa and Mexico. He had a pretty good game. He only gave it 4 yellow cards, 2 to each side, so a nice balanced refereeing display from him. He's reffed 55 international games so far in his career. He's given 197 yellows, giving him an average of 3.58 yellows per game. That's about average, so he's not a card-happy ref. He's given 15 reds and giving an average of 0.27 reds per game, so that's not high standards, and it's about average for referees in this World Cup. He's given 9 penalties, which gives him an average of 0.16 penalties per game. It's a bit below average, so you wouldn't really expect a penalty to happen in this game, but I suppose you can never tell, especially with the varying qualities between Algerian defence and England attack. In terms of injuries, Barry is fit for this one, so we might actually see him starting, as England might try and mix things up a bit. And then Ledley King is out, the centre back. He got injured in the last game against the United States, and he's looking likely to miss the rest of the World Cup. Looking at the probabilities, gives England, on the computer probabilities, gives England an 80% chance. It's compared to a 79% chance based on the implied probabilities from the bookmakers. So that suggests that they're very fairly priced. Computer probabilities for Algeria is 9%, while it's 6% on the implied bookmakers probabilities. So both pretty much writing them off. The computer probabilities for the draw is 11%, while it's 15% with the implied probabilities. So again, that's pretty much written off, with the 15% of the implied probabilities being about half the average for other games at the World Cup. So in terms of suggestions, you could look to the England half and full-time market to get a bit of value. You could also look to the Asian handicap for England bookings market, where Algeria to pick up more yellows or more cards in the game than England. You could also look for England to win to 0, given their clean sheet record and Algeria's lack of goals. Thanks for listening. Look to twitter.com/BetHelper for more up-to-date tips and analysis. Look out throughout the game to receive update tips of our tips that we've given, and any emails of big feedback to BetHelper.ie@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.